So, before we get started, quick predictions. So, we have an F-Zero character for Smash who is promptly KO'd, and it turns out the real character is Pink Goldmarth. Then, we have the announcement of the revival of the Donkey Konga series, except this time there are now 3 Congo drums for you to hit. After that, we receive a surprise announcement that Metroid Prime 4 is actually going to be a straight-to-VHS movie instead of a game. And then we get like 5 seconds of new footage of Breath of the Wild 2, in which everyone goes insane over.
Headlines.
Here we go.
Party during the day.
Okay, this is the new Mario Party game.
It's almost
So,
time to party.
and by new Mario Party game, I mean replaying all the old boards. So from what it looked like in the thumbnail, it looked like it was saying that was the Mario Party 2 board.
Take a stroll around Woody Woods.
Woody
Watch
Woods.
out for those Monty moles.
This is a
They'll
Mario
change the
Party
board's
2
direction
one?
when you least expect it.
I don't know, it's one of the ones I'm
Travel
not so
between two
familiar
islands
with.
and Yoshi's Tropical
Oh,
Island.
Tropical Island.
Toadette's
It looked
got
like the
the
one
star,
that they were
but you
showing
might
there
swap
kind of
places
made me
with
think of
Bowser
like
at
the
last
one
second.
that's like day and night.
Party day and night in
Yeah,
Horrorland.
Horrorland. That's what that
King
looked
Boo's
like
statue is
immediately
harmless
when I
during
saw
the
that.
day, but at night, it'll swipe stars from
Yeah, so
unsuspecting
pretty good
players.
selection. Is that
Need a break
all?
from
Is that
boards?
like the
Head to
5
Mount
that we
Minigames
get
and
now?
play in minigame-only courses.
Or is there going to
Compete
be like
against
any
players
sort of surprise
worldwide for
one
the longest win
that
streak in
we also get in
survival,
addition?
or work together in the cooperative
Ooh.
multiplayer tag match.
That's a Mario Party
Minigames
6
will
one,
have
isn't it?
7 courses available.
Wait, it said
All
7
boards
courses
and
total,
minigames
so there's
support
still 2
online
more to
play.
come.
So invite family, friends,
So
and frenemies.
it looks like they're going
Ready for the
back
party of
to
a
putting
lifetime.
the actual number of boards that a Mario Party game should
Superstars
have.
launches on the Nintendo
7
Switch
feels
system
like a
October
lot
29th.
better
Pre-orders are
than like
available now
5
on
in the
Nintendo
previous
Retail.
one. Oh great, I completely actually misheard it. It was 7 courses for Mount Minigame. Earlier in it, it did say 5 boards from N64 games, so nope. We aren't actually getting those extra boards I thought. It's still the same disappointing number of 5. Ugh. Great, got my hopes. Great, one of the things I was excited about has now just made me upset. Why did I get my hopes up for nothing? Okay, so it looks like there's new story, and are we finally getting them as characters? Finally? Yep. Now, are they each their own individual character, or do they work together?
We have some news about the last fighter for the
Okay.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate game.
Okay.
Mr. Sakurai, the game's director, will reveal this fighter in the final Mr. Sakurai Presents
Oh,
video
why?
on October 5th.
Why do you have to tease us like
We'll
that?
also show you
Gosh,
the
dang
newest
it.
fighter, so please look forward to it.
Ooh, Kirby. It's been a little bit since the last Kirby game, hasn't it? It's Kirby Tropical Freeze. Oh, what if it were a Kirby crossover with Donkey Kong? Kirby in the Forgotten Land. Okay, it looks... Is this an actual 3D world that Kirby's in this time? What? Has there even been... How many actual games have we had with Kirby where he actually has full range of motion? Like, I literally can't think of a single one. Like the only like ones where you actually had like full range motion with Kirby that I can even think of is pretty much just like the racing game. I think I don't recall if there was any. This looks like Kirby Odyssey, to be honest. That's what I'm thinking. I'm just like, is this Kirby Odyssey? Okay, that's going to be really interesting. I wonder how extensive they're going to be with the power-ups. Or how much you can actually fly. Because I'm assuming they might have nerfed his flying a little bit for making
That was the
it
trailer
to not
for
break the
Kirby
level
and the
design.
Forgotten Land.
It's just so weird for me
What lies in store
to
for
see a
Kirby?
Kirby game where he's moving in
The game
3D.
is scheduled to release in spring
I've just
2022.
been so accepting
We hope
of the
you'll look
fact
forward
that,
to Kirby's
you know,
new
Kirby is a
adventure.
2D game and it works well like that.
Next, we
But
have this to show you.
I'm curious, will this
Please
be
take
a
look.
successful transition for Kirby into 3D? Like, can this be a defining thing? Oh, some new Animal Crossing DLC. Wonder if it'll actually be enough to make people happy for it. Because I knew some friends that were kind of a bit upset at kind of the lack of updates for this game. Okay, so they're going to give its own direct in October. Probably would have been...
Since
This
its
is
launch
great.
in
This is a
2020,
great direct so far. So many
Untitled
things where
Chapter
it's just
has
like,
been enjoyed by
this
new
game you're
players
really looking
around the
for.
world.
You will get to see more about it in October.
Arrive in November.
Oh, the new content isn't
In
until
preparation for
November.
its release, we will be
So
airing an
you
Animal
won't hear about
Crossing
that
New
till
Horizons
October.
direct
Hopefully
in
you're
October.
willing to wait that
In it,
long.
We'll go over the content in more detail.
More free content is coming to the Mario Golf Super Rush game.
That's good to hear.
Koopa Troopa enters the fairway as a playable character.
Okay, that's...
Dish out tricky shots and dashes.
It's so weird to hear, like, Koopa Troopa is like a new character. Ninja is neat. Because he's not what I'm familiar with. But it's like from earlier Mario Golf games, like, Koopa was just in the base game. So it's like weird that it's like, second DLC, we're bringing you Koopa!
These additions will come
Are they
sweating.
announcing a date for it? Because,
You are faced with overwhelming
yeah, like everything about it looks
priorities.
really cool, interesting. It looks like a fun 2D Metroid. So, I don't really think that there's much more that I need to see on it to convince me that it's, you know, a nice cool addition to the Metroid series. And I almost don't even want to watch too much of this just because I'd rather like just save it to be a fresher experience. Like, I've seen enough to know that it's good, so do I really need to watch any more of this? Okay, it's cool that they're doing like all of this to just kind of actually like hype people up for this, because it is coming really soon.
Pre-orders are available now
Like,
on
that's a
Nintendo
couple
eShop.
weeks away. And it would be really nice
How was
if
that?
this game could actually do
next,
really
we have
well
news about
and help
Nintendo
bring
Switch
Metroid
Online.
kind of back to the
Many
forefront.
people have been using Nintendo
Like, for
Switch
me,
Online since its
seeing
launch
that
in September
doesn't
2018.
is not
In
necessarily
addition to the current membership,
like what
we'll
I
be adding
need,
a
but
new
it's
membership
good for the
plan.
people who aren't as familiar with Metroid. Because for me, I kind of just
As a part of
already
this new
love the
plan's
Metroid
content.
series and would rather have as blind an experience as possible.
You'll be able to play a collection of Nintendo 64 games.
Okay.
The Nintendo 64 system launched 25 years ago. I think this system gave many players their first 3D gaming experiences.
Yeah, like this is my
as well
childhood
as
right
a
here.
four-player
Like all
multiplayer
of this.
With Nintendo Switch, up to 4 people can play select Nintendo 64 games locally or
Like, it
online.
looks like they've got a pretty good library.
Also, with this new membership plan, in addition to the Nintendo 64 games, you can play a collection of games from Sega's Genesis system.
That's interesting to see. You can play
You'll be able to
old
play these
Sega
classic
console
games
games on your
whenever and
Nintendo
wherever you
Switch. That's an interesting
The new plan
crossover. Who would
includes
think
elements
after all
of the
this
base
time?
Nintendo Switch online membership.
Okay, after years,
as
they're
well as the
finally
ability to play
beginning to make
included
the
Nintendo
online
64 and Genesis
membership a little
This
bit
is
more worth it.
Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack.
But you have to pay extra, is that it? It's a...
This new membership plan will be added in late October.
Man...
Of course, you'll still be able to continue using the existing plans. Also, those who have an existing membership plan can change over to the new
So
plan.
it looks great,
We'll share more
but
details about this
you
new
I would...
membership plan at a later time.
Like, one, I don't have a
including
Switch,
the
so I
exact
just play
release
my
date and
N64
pricing
games on like an
information.
actual N64 console or other ways.
We'd like to announce the
I
games that
wonder
will be
what is the
available when
membership
launches.
to do that sort of thing.
You'll be able to play the Nintendo 64 games shown here.
That's
as well as these
an
Genesis
alright collection, although there's definitely...
We'll also continue adding more Nintendo 64 games such as The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask,
Okay,
F-Zero X,
there's some good
as well as
games.
other Nintendo 64 and Genesis games going forward.
Oh, cool, cool. Glad to know that so many of the best N64 games
Furthermore,
you
we
have
prepared
to
Nintendo
still
64
wait
and
for.
Genesis controllers to ensure the games can be
I'm
played
glad
with
to
the same
see
style
that they
controls
remembered
from
them.
their original releases. Both can be used wirelessly.
Fantastic.
These controllers will be available for purchase by any Nintendo Switch Online member. We hope you'll
I
look
kind
forward
of
to this new
like the thing that would matter more to me would be
Nintendo
actually
Switch
hearing
Online plus
how
advanced
much is this new membership
apps.
plan.
Let's see a few more Nintendo Switch
You
headlines.
know, on top of like the original online, because I feel like the original online
There's
was
plenty to
already
play in
not
these collections.
particularly worth it for the most part.
Cyberpunk meets fantasy. A new
Okay, I don't
chapter
want to see
is
any of
about to
this.
unfold.
Really have tried to avoid spoilers on this. Holy cow. Do you have any idea how many YouTubers I have had to, like, hide their videos, unsubscribe from the channels, just to avoid getting spoilers on this? Oh my goodness. And now I have to just, like, sit here, eyes closed. Could you please hurry up, get through this? I don't want to see literally any of this. I just want to go and play the thing myself, please. Da 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 da. Ah, it's still going. At least that music, I think, is just the actual battle theme and not anything spoilery that I haven't heard before. Okay, cool. Wow, like nothing for SMT5 or Rune Factory
There are
5.
still a few more
Like, just like,
announcements in today's Nintendo
here
Direct.
they are. Nothing.
Oh, Miyamoto-san. What brings you in?
I wanted to make an announcement, so I was hoping I could step in.
Okay,
Oh, of course.
is this Mario?
Hi, everyone.
Odyssey 2?
I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. We previously announced that I have been working with the Hollywood movie studio.
This is the
Illumination
Mario
and
movie.
its CEO and producer Chris Meledandri.
Are we gonna get
who are known
something
for
on this
movies
movie?
Like Despicable Me and
I don't
Sing,
care.
and
I don't
making
care.
a
I'd be
full-length
curious.
Animated Mario movie for the big screen. Today, I wanted to announce its theatrical release timing. Ta-da!
It's gonna be a holiday
The movie will be
blockbuster.
released in theaters in holiday
Or a flop.
2022.
You'd hope that it actually
The
does
release date for North
decently.
America is on
I
December
mean, come on,
21st, and will
Sonic
be
managed to
announcing
do
release
alright
dates
after
for
they
Japan,
redid his
Europe,
design.
and
I'm
other
sure
regions at a later time.
that they can't
It'll be a while longer
blow
until we
this
hear a
Mario
glimpse of
one
Mario
too
in
bad.
action on the big screen.
Illumination.
But today, I also wanted to reveal our key cast members who will be voicing Mario and his friends in the movie. First, of course, is Mario, who will be played by Chris Pratt.
Okay.
He's so cool. Mario will be talking a lot in the movie. It's for you to see this timid sibling appear on screen.
I like that. I like that pick.
I'm expecting a
I think that Jack
multiple
Black could
Jackson.
probably do a good Bowser. I'm kind of interested. I like these choices.
Will be playing Toad.
Oh,
I'm looking
I've
forward to
hope
great
for this
comedic
now.
moments.
Like, honestly, just
Even though this is a Mario movie,
interesting.
Donkey Kong will also be making an appearance.
okay. That was a nice little distraction
Please
from
look forward to Mario's
the games.
adventure jumping into the world
I
of
want to
motion
see that
pictures.
movie. I definitely want to see that
Next,
movie.
we'd like to show you this.
Okay, Splatoon 3 again. Okay, I do not even know what the mammalians are.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, this is a choice to go
Squid
with.
Research Lab. I've been this time around. What could
Okay,
this
so
possibly mean in a world where
I guess
all
for,
mammals, except for two cats,
I guess for Splatoon lore, it's basically saying like the mammals went
it appears
extinct,
that there's still a
and
lot to uncover.
pretty much, and now there's kind of like a resurgence of them.
But we'll continue with our
The mammals
research
are trying
and
to
keep you
basically
updated once more
retake.
results become available.
Like, are the mammals trying
look
to
forward to more.
like,
Splatoon
return to
3.
power as like the dominant force in the world over like the sea
Updates to
creatures?
come. See you next time.
Is this Astral Chain? Astral Chain 2? No. It's Bayonetta 3! And she's got a new look.
It seems I'm unfashionably late.
Oh, they're making a
but
joke.
I'm ready to give you everything you want.
And we're getting some gameplay to start things off. So, how long have people been waiting for Bayonetta 3? It's been kind of forever, hasn't it? Okay, so they did have at least something that people have been waiting for to finish this off with. And it's really weird. Koopa being hyped up is like, oh, guess what? In this exciting new edition of Update to Mario Golf, you can now play as Koopa! Koopa just doesn't feel like an exciting DLC character to me. He's just like there in the base game of most Mario Golf, but I mean, he looks like he's got a cool move, bouncing shell like shot, that sort of thing. Eh. Okay, but there's still like a few other things like some of the big announcements here are basically just that, yeah, they're the exciting announcements will be happening in October. So there was a lot of that in this direct. Like, yeah, get ready for this big exciting. To be fair, like with Smash, it makes sense that if it's going to be the last announcement, Sakurai should be the one, to do like. It feels fitting for Sakurai to have his own big announcement. I just would have almost rather heard about that outside of a direct rather than that being my first time hearing. Like, honestly, it would have been so much better just put out like a post on Twitter or whatever just saying, tune in on this date, October 5th, Sakurai's big Smash finale. Then I wouldn't have gotten my hopes up for the direct for Smash. Because all you did is you just disappointed me having that in there. Like, even if it was still in there, but we had just gotten the information beforehand, it wouldn't have been so bad. It would have been okay, just for the people who've missed it, like this was already going around a bit before. But nope, it's instead considered like a big Smash Direct announcement. Congratulations, more waiting to learn something. Although who knows, maybe the Smash character will actually be dropped on that date. I think honestly, like the best thing that came out of that direct is 100% the Kirby game. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. It looks like they're basically trying to take Kirby and basically set up Kirby in a like full 3D world Odyssey like experience, which is going to be really interesting to see. Like that is going to be a big title. Like one of the things that I'm just curious about with Kirby is how much have they nerfed his jumping for having him act in a 3D world, because you can't possibly have Kirby still able to like fly forever, right? He's got to have a limit now. Like in the 2D games, I'm pretty sure you can just go forever pretty much. Right? There isn't a limit to it. Maybe in some games, but it never really felt like it. It felt like you could always just fly forever. So it's going to be interesting. That is a really interesting game. And then there are like some announcements for some things that are coming soon, like Metroid Dread and Deltarune. Like Deltarune's already out. I've been trying to avoid everything on that. Metroid Dread looks fantastic. I really hope that the marketing for it is going well and the game is going to succeed. I really hope that, because that'll just make things better for Metroid in the future. Maybe Metroid Prime 4 won't end up stuck in purgatory forever. Maybe Metroid Prime 5 will actually be possible. But I don't know. Maybe Metroid Prime 4 is going to be the last of the Primes. And then there's Nintendo Online that now has N64 and Sega Genesis games, as well as the controllers. They look pretty darn cool if you've got the money for them. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, that they... I feel like when they first announced, like, oh, there's, like, this online pass thing, that... I don't know. I think that for some people they were thinking, they're going to keep updating the library, and when they'll eventually get to those N64 games I love and enjoy, it's got to be kind of disappointing for those people that have been waiting for that to now find out, oh, you have to pay extra money for that. It looks great that they're finally bringing the N64 library over. People are going to be able to play, like, all the N64 that they could want. But I don't like the fact that we heard nothing about the pricing of it. There was nothing about how much extra it's going to cost people. That is something that I do not like. I do not like the fact that they just said, yeah, we are adding this extra membership bonus thing, this extra package you need to get, and there is no information on how much it costs. Because that's like the one thing I'm listening to there and hearing is that, like, okay, it's something extra, how much is it? And they're like, oh, buy these $50 controllers. And I'm just like, okay, but what is the cost in addition to the online? And then it was a good day for games that are number 3. We got more information on Splatoon 3, more information on Bayonetta 3. Like, that's the first footage of Bayonetta 3, right? After how long? When did Bayonetta 2 come out? Bayonetta 2 came out September 2014. It has been just about exactly 7 years since Bayonetta 2 was released, and we're finally seeing footage of Bayonetta 3. That has gotta be nice for the Bayonetta fans to finally see something of it. And it was pretty good that they just were like, yeah, just show straight gameplay of it. That's what people want to see. They want to see that there's like a game engine in work, you can play the game, and it's coming out next year. So, 8-year gap, that's kind of a long one, but I mean, look at it this way. An 8-year wait is still way better than what the Metroid fans had to deal with. You got like Metroid Fusion, that's a 2002 game, finally getting its sequel, Metroid Dread, 19 years later, maybe a little less than that. And Metroid Prime 3 came out 2007, so that's about 14 years now. So we only have to wait 5 more years until Metroid Prime 4 comes out. That's how this works, right? Okay, Direct. Nothing new that really excited me too much. Really hope Metroid Dread does well. It really needs to do well for the sake of the Metroid franchise. And hope the Kirby game ends up being excellent. Because who knows, maybe this is going to be a new thing. We're now going to see Kirby 2D and Kirby 3D games. Especially if this one is actually fun and does well. And that's going to do it. Thank you all so much for watching me. Sorely, the Mason Falcons are, and have a wonderful day. Peace out.